1 in every 3 women around the world experiences gender-based violence at least once in their lifetime. This is a big concern for the Lutheran World Federation and its member churches. It should be a concern for everyone. As we begin this year's 16 Days of Activism campaign, I would like to reiterate the unwavering commitment of the LWF towards ending all forms of gender-based violence and discrimination. Gender-based violence is a sin and one of the gravest forms of violations of the human rights of women and girls. It shows a deep disrespect towards God-given human dignity, as each and every human being is created in the image of God. Genesis 1:27. Millions of women and girls across the world are denied their fundamental human rights and a full life with dignity because of sexual and gender-based violence. This has a negative impact on everyone, on men, women, boys, girls, households, communities, churches, and institutions. There are ongoing trends which are a cause for concern: pushbacks against human rights, waning support for gender justice, increased violence against women and girls during the COVID-19 pandemic. Because of this, we need even more concerted action towards achieving gender equality clearer than ever. Faithful to the gospel, we are committed to support our member churches and World Service country programs to prevent gender-based violence and to respond to it when and where it occurs. This commitment builds on God's call for just relationships among human beings and for respecting the God-given human dignity of every person. This commitment is represented in many resolutions from the LWF's assemblies and our gender justice policy. It is evident in our ongoing work and prophetic voice in the public space. Gender-based violence is often related to power issues. Our Lord Jesus Christ reminds us that misusing one's power is not the way human beings should relate with each other. Earlier this year, LWF joined the UN Women Generation Equality Action Coalition on Gender-Based Violence. This is a part of our collective efforts to accelerate progress towards gender equality by 2030. As the Lutheran World Federation, a communion of churches, we commit to clear and concrete actions that help us move towards a world without violence. We pledge to, first, support our member churches to raise their prophetic voice, adopt and implement policies and actions to prevent and respond to gender-based violence. Violence that affects one member of the body affects every member of the body, as Apostle Paul says in 1 Corinthians 12. Secondly, ensure that humanitarian and emergency preparedness and response in country programs include a focus on the prevention of gender-based violence. Third, continue to raise awareness of the LWF gender justice policy at communion office and country program level and monitor compliance. Fourth, step up advocacy towards ending gender-based violence at the local, regional and global level. Fifth, increase our resource mobilization efforts towards gender-based violence prevention and response programs, including support to survivors. Sixth, engage with men and boys and community leaders, including faith leaders, to raise awareness, prevent and respond to gender-based violence. We call on the LWF member churches, as well as our ecumenical and civil society partners, to join us as we accelerate efforts towards ending gender-based violence. We also call on governments across the world as primary duty bearers to take the necessary action to end gender-based violence. Together we can, and together we will make a difference. Thank you.